Hi there, I'm Rebecca Haw, and I'm going to talk to you about workflows in VoiceOver today. What are workflows, right? Well, a workflow is somebody that you don't want to work with, but a workflow is a set of tasks that you follow to achieve a certain business goal or outcome. And maybe it's not a specific goal, but maybe it's a subset of things that take you to get to a goal, whether it's financial goals, auditions to jobs, or other projects. And you do it over and over and over again to then keep on track. It's kind of part of time management. It's kind of part of being organized. And I would tell you that workflow as a term is something that big businesses use because they have hordes and hordes of people. And you could look at diagrams and fancy descriptions in the diagrams and fancy connectors in the diagrams. In voiceover land, we don't really need to do that. So don't waste your time. Just figure out what you need to do. And then if it is a workflow, you can define it simply by just doing it and figuring out what gets better over time. That's what I've done. And I'm going to show you 3 ways that I've used workflows to help me better my business. And no matter where you are in your voiceover career, whether you're starting or you've been in the business for a long time, that these 3 will help you kind of consider what it is in your own business that you can add a workflow to, or maybe you're already doing it and you can pat yourself on the back. I'm going to jump into my world and kind of pull back the curtain to show you 3 of my personal workflows. They're a little bit modified because I don't want to give away any private information. But the beauty of understanding workflows and seeing someone else's, you can see how it can be very specific to what you do, and it can help you achieve your goals and be very personal to satisfy you in the way that you like to work. So let's jump in. All right, let's jump into my workflow for tracking goals and projects. This can help you at any point in your business trajectory. First, let's look at the upper half. This area here under goals, it's the bright yellow, the first top part. There we go. And what you can see is I've listed a place for you to put specific goals like financial, auditions, sessions, prospecting, meaning looking for clients, staying in touch with clients, newsletters, blogs, private coaching you need to get done, social posts, workouts that you join for voiceover, and maybe some personal goals. Why not? You need to try to make sure you're addressing your life too. This is where you put those specific targets, and here is where you'll show where you are in the current time of year. This is each month as it progresses. So if we are in March now, let's say, this would show for a current tabulation of January and February. So it's always going to be where you are as of the last month that closed. Below is a projects plotted into the year with time slots. This is a way to spread out the work and chart it so you can get it done when you want or need to throughout the year. And this is this lower section. These kinds of projects I know will help me generate work and generate achievements of the goals above. And I simply plot them in the month that it needs to occur so that I can see all the projects that are important to achieve the goals above, and I can put them according to what I think is going to make most sense during the year. So, for example, demos on platform X or Y, taxes that need to be done, websites that develop or update, new demos that need to get created, annual thank yous to clients, classes, and other touch points that I need to make. I plot them according to what months I would like to do them or I know I need to do them. Like taxes are obviously, they have a deadline, so you'd back up from that deadline. However, other things you can choose when you want to do them, give yourself goals, and that's what I've done here. So on demo platform X, I've got January and March. January is green because it's done. March is the next thing to do. On platform Y, I started in February and I'm going across through June to get 2 up on that platform a month. This project section is really to help you plot out projects, get them done, and make specific notes in here that just help you understand what you intend to get done. I use a manila kind of beige color to sort out when it's planned to happen, and then I color it green when it's done. I leave the end of the year open on purpose because of holidays with family. I front end January and the first half of the year knowing I may, because of other things that happen, bookings, family things, I may need to slide them. Or if you realize, certain things just, are nice to have but don't need to do. And I do have a list like that, but I often end up just leaving those things on the side because there's a lot always going on in our lives, isn't there? That's all okay. The point is that you are addressing things that are not a monthly, every single month basis, but they do affect your goals above. So you want to have them in here because you know they are actually a priority for your business. The one thing that you can't see on this particular page is the third element, which is a weekly to-do list. So added to this, you take a weekly to-do list and you say, is this the week that I'm putting up demos on platform Y? Do I call my accountant? But what you need to do is tie that to-do list that's done on a weekly basis to your projects and your above goals so that every single week you're addressing something on this particular spreadsheet or wherever you might keep it. This is on an Excel format. You can use any other format you like. Let's move to the next one. All right, now you're looking at my voiceover sales pipeline, which is a fancy way to say my workflow for auditions through getting paid. This is using Nimble, which is a CRM, client relations management tool. I've used it for years. It was before anything else came out, and I love it. I don't want to change because I'm really embedded in this, but there are other ones out there. One in particular, a lot of voiceover people use, is called Voice Overview. Whichever CRM you use, the workflow you can make essentially the same way. You can see it's a set of columns from right to left. You can see there's auditions, and then the shortlisted auditions, and then the booked and scheduled jobs. Then I only slide them over, which I can't do here live, but in Nimble you can literally take a tile and slide it to the next column. So it's lovely in terms of working with it and being very intuitive. I only slide it from booked scheduled to invoiced once that invoice has been actually sent. So that's a reminder system for me. And same with being paid. It only moves into the paid column once it is literally paid. And sometimes because they're new clients, I have to add some customer information into the CRM, and I haven't done it here. So these have turned red saying, reminder, reminder, take care of me. And finally, a renewal column for those jobs that will be renewed at some point in the future. And now for the final example, here's one way to keep in touch with prospects or actual clients. This is using the CRM Nimble, and this is a segment of my contacts listed in there called Stay in Touch. Here again, I use Nimble, the CRM, to do the heavy lifting once I've input the data. Take a look at the image. It's a category of contacts sorted by Stay in Touch. There's a lot of redacted info for confidentiality, but the concept is all visible. Just think of columns again. There's a name of a client or prospect, an email, the last time I contacted them, if I ever did, a phone number, a title, so I have a sense of who I'm dealing with. I can always click tightly on them and go into that particular profile. But what's important in the Stay in Touch area is that you see this clock column here, the third one from the left. This is your Stay in Touch reminder. Red means your date to get in touch is overdue. I actually use that as my indicator to reach out. I let it go red. The green clock color means it's still in the future. To set that clock myself, I define the Stay in Touch period, whether it's once a year, every 3 weeks, once a month, quarterly, every 6 months, once every 9 or 10 months. And I set that individually on each profile, but then this little clock pops up based on those settings I already input. So the real work is when you input the data, but you do this consistently over time, week after week, day after day, and it doesn't seem like a lot. And then every week you have this pop up, and that's your to-do list for staying in touch. So each week I reach out to every contact with a red clock. It's that simple. This is part of the goals on the goal list, Stay in Touch, and I have to do it every week. And in my weekly to-do list, it's always there. How many I do each week is based on how many little red clocks there are. But if I do it on a weekly basis, it's a totally manageable number. All right, so that's 3 quick views into my workflows. Valuable workflows can really help you prioritize your focus, save time, and help you hit your goals, at least try to hit your goals as much as you have the possibilities to do so. And you can initiate your workflows whenever you want. You can refine them however you want, whenever you want, and you can get rid of them and add new ones. This is all part of time management and goal setting and goal achievement. And I hope it helps you wherever you are in your career. Ciao for now.